Hey, Ashley.
Hey.
Did you hear anything again? Yeah, me either. I cut it.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth. Never
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Rex. I'm Corbin.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Rick. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more juicy content.
It's so juicy.
He's the only one on Twitter.
Actually, I downloaded it again. It's not Twitter. It's X now, right?
X, yeah.
No, it's Twitter.
And it's still a hellhole.
Everybody calls it Twitter.
Yeah, but
How do you know you're not on it?
Well, I had a Twitter, but now it's like it disappeared or something.
All social media
so I had to make a new one.
Garbage. Anyways, but you
follow
can still
us
follow us. They're all terrible. What are we doing?
Instagram isn't. I like Instagram.
No, Instagram's dog shit.
I like Instagram a lot.
Depends on how the algorithm treats you that day.
I like Instagram.
Shut up, Rick. Today we got a... What do we got, Rick? Exactly. Today we
I'm
got...
not a mind reader, buttwad.
This is called How Bollywood Ruined Love.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you know how they ruined love? It made everybody think that the way you procreate is through song.
And dance.
Do you not? I have 3 kids.
I have 3 also.
I love you. Let's sing. You're pregnant.
Yeah.
That's what we'll teach the children.
That's right. Where do babies come from? Shah Rukh Khan songs.
Yeah. So this is kind of like almost a video essay about some guy talking about how Bollywood ruined love. And this person says, some parts I disagreed with. I think you'll disagree with them too.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a very interesting video.
All right. Great.
So this is...
Do we know who this person is making this grand statement?
Cinema Beyond Entertainment, 127,000 subscribers.
CBE. It's great oil.
That's sick.
Oh, sorry.
Here for Mint Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ryan Reynolds, for Mint Mobile.
You've made enough money.
That's true.
Bollywood's ruined a lot for me.
Love has been the most recurring subject in Bollywood. Countless movies have been made where love is either a central theme or a part of their narrative. Over the years, these narratives seem to have shaped our understanding of love. But unfortunately, they have also ruined love for our generation.
Oh boy.
The way we love
Thanks a
to
lot,
to an
single-handedly.
extent is a result of misguided ideas propagated through these movies.
Okay.
First of which is the idea of the soulmate.
Well,
the
they
person
are
that when we
movies.
find, our soul will fuse with theirs. We will break free from the shackles of loneliness and embrace an eternal friend and lover who's meant only for us. Countless Bollywood romantic films set their premise around the central idea of the one, the soulmate, a perfect human being that is made for you and you alone. This notion leads to the troubling idea of self-righteousness. Romantic films completely negate the fact that at the very core of our nature, all of us are deeply flawed
Not
and
me.
imperfect. Bollywood tricks us into believing that we all are easy to live with. But trust me,
I am.
we are not.
Hank doesn't do that,
all
boy.
are crazy.
That's true.
The
Damn.
idea of the one is delusional. This quest of
Oh,
finding the
wow.
one means our characters will have to travel a lot, and they love traveling. So naturally,
I love
a lot
traveling.
of couples meet while they are on road or visiting their future partners.
Or their future
The
wife
reason
slides
they
into their
can devote an
DMs from the
awful
other
lot
side of the
time
world.
to travels is because none of the romantics have jobs or any sort of responsibilities. They don't have to study for higher education or work for a better paycheck.
They
Or
don't?
pay off their bank loans or strive to fulfill personal ambitions.
You
All of those real
clearly
life
did
issues
not
that you and I
see
have to face. As per romantic films,
12th fail.
finding love is more important than personal ambitions or responsibilities. Of
course
and when
it
you do find that person, how do you fall in love? Well, according to Bollywood, you fall in love through instincts.
And song.
These instincts are based
And
on
dance.
a special feeling that can only be evoked by that special person.
कुछ तो था हम दोनों के बीच. Something very special.
I don't think this person's
You can
ever
visit
fallen
or
in love.
I feel like
When you
I'm
bump into
very
that
against
person,
it.
I'm
your
Yeah.
eyes will meet
not kidding.
theirs, and you
Yeah,
will
no, literally.
experience what alcoholics refer as love at first sight. According to Bollywood,
Only
it is
alcoholics
not
refer to it as that?
Any thoughts or reasons into it.
लेकिन प्यार फैसले से नहीं किया जाता, बस हो जाता है.
Now, something very interesting happens in romantic films that I have never experienced in my real life.
Love.
People expect their loved ones to know what is going on in each other's mind. They don't feel the need to express it out loud. They should just know.
That's called conflict. This guy needs to learn that movies aren't real.
Yikes.
जो प्यार मुझे तुम्हारी आंखों में दिखाई देता था, आज वो प्यार नहीं है.
Bollywood discourages expressing feelings through words.
It
We then also
discourages.
expect our partner to understand us intuitively, which of course
goddamn
ends in
right.
failure. And it
Always.
leads to the inevitable outbreak of sulking. And sulking, according to romantics, is a sign
I
that
love
you
that he
and
used
your
the
loved
shot of
one is
Napoleon.
through. Quite an absurd idea because none of us is a bloody mind reader.
Oh,
Unless
this
your
person
lover is
seems like they got
Professor
hurt.
Yeah, this
But you can
person
make up
just
for
had
all
a
of that
breakup.
through a grand romantic gesture that will win your partner over. At least in the movies. In real life, that leads to public embarrassment.
Oh no!
This person got rejected.
Now, whatever I have said so far isn't exclusive to Bollywood films. Hollywood has also employed the same ideas to structure their lectures. The roots of these ideas stem from the philosophy of Romanticism, developed in Western Europe during 18th century. All of the already
Romanticism was
mentioned
invented?
ideas
It was
are
developed.
discussed in Romanticism. Plus, there are more. Romanticism speaks strongly about marriage and the role of sex in a love relationship. However, Bollywood presented these notions with its own twist. Bollywood has elevated marriage to a level that it has become the ultimate expression of love. That's why a lot of romantic films end when two lovers either get together or get married. Marriage is supposed to be the crowning jewel of love.
What?
So marrying a person you do not already love romantically or the person chosen by your family, even if there's nothing wrong with the person, is a disaster. Marriage can be beautiful and successful only if you love the person beforehand. So what if there's nothing common between the two of you and your love is solely based on infatuation? You will end up happily ever after. Another false dream propagated by Bollywood that assumes that the rest of
This
their
guy's
life
been
will
so
have
hurt.
no problems at all.
Yeah, he really
They
has.
will never be jealous of each other's success or disagree on any of the decisions.
I don't know about
They
you
will
guys.
never be
That's what I
attracted
feel
to
every
another
time I
person
watch
and
a movie.
they
Every
always
literal
become
romantic film has a
Speaking of sex,
conflict of that.
Bollywood has presented a very distorted notion of sex.
Lies.
It is an important aspect of romanticism which Bollywood conveniently shy away from.
What?
In romanticism, sex is the ultimate expression of love.
Totally.
But in our movies, that honor goes to marriage.
No, it goes to
keeping
songs.
the
It
Indian
goes to songs,
sensibilities
yeah.
in mind, sex became a literal parameter to judge a woman's purity and sanctity.
तू इतने दिन उसके साथ घूमी फिरी क्या कुछ ऐसा कुछ नहीं मम्मी कुछ नहीं तो फिर प्रॉब्लम क्या है
This
A woman's
isn't an
sexuality
idiot.
is presented in such a manner that it no longer remains her personal and private affair. It in fact becomes a matter of pride and honor of her entire family and community.
Isn't that like
किस
most
हद तक पहुंचा
cultures?
तुम्हारा रिश्ता क्या तुम
Most parents
नहीं करने
care
की
if their
किसी
kids
हद
sleep
तक
around. I don't know.
बोलो नंदिनी नंदिनी बोलो क्या उसने तुम्हें कहीं छुआ है
And it is important that our hero protects this pride in every way possible.
मैं एक हिंदुस्तानी हूँ और मैं जानता हूँ कि एक हिंदुस्तानी लड़की की इज्जत क्या होती है
Now, such misrepresentation is only a part of a larger issue, the issue of predefined gender tropes.
Oh.
Romantic films are
Okay.
mostly about a man falling in love with a woman. Rarely you'll get a movie about a girl falling in love with a guy and trying to win him over. And there's a familiar pattern to these movies. At first, the girl refuses the guy, then the guy tries harder and harder and eventually wins her love over. This narrative assumes that if the girl first says no, it just means that the guy has to try harder and a no will eventually turn into a yes. Bollywood also validates the creepy and stalking nature of guys. In fact,
That is
those
true.
guys are portrayed
That's
as
true.
the
That is
quintessential
true.
romantics.
There's a lot of stalking in
promotes
Indian
the idea
movies.
that love sometimes can be violent. And it is okay if your boyfriend screams
Right.
or abuses
That's
you once in a
that's
while.
true too.
He does it only because he truly loves you.
Yeah.
Not because he is borderline
It's like when
crazy.
Vikram hit her to the same. Remember? In the eye.
I mean, Kabir Singh, he was a lovely, loving man.
Lovely
Oh,
man.
such a
The
great
adverse
man.
effects of these careless portrayal are there to be seen in real world. However, stalking, abusive behavior, and rude pranks are okay as long as the guy is handsome
True.
or rich.
Yeah,
or both.
both. I mean, if he's
just-
rich and
It's
handsome,
stupid,
That's just society.
If I do the
no
same,
laws apply.
I'll be in jail. And isn't it weird that almost all of Bollywood romantic movies are about good-looking people falling in love with each other?
well,
It is a
It
movie.
also seems like there are different parameters.
would you
for
rather
guys
watch
and girls
ugly
in
people
our
do it?
movies. The harder the handsome guy tries, the more romantic he becomes. If the girl tries the same, she is at the very least an eccentric, or at the most, a crazy vamp.
You
If
crazy
the guy
vamp.
gets the girl, it means he won her love. If the girl gets the guy, it means he accepted her love.
शुक्रिया 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 मेरे पिया
Oh, look at that stash. Gives great mustache rides.
सबको जगा दिया
Is that to
And
me?
it is an accepted fact that for a girl to make a guy fall for her,
good
she
job.
has to change herself to meet his criteria of a perfect girl.
Grease.
Grace.
खुले बाल ज्यादा अच्छे
Yeah.
तुम्हारे बाल
What?
खुले ही अच्छे लगते
I prefer.
Over the last 100
Non-bad
years,
Sandy.
cinema has become a big part of our culture. So it would be foolish to say these romantic films haven't influenced the way we approach love. be it subconsciously, we judge our potential partners through the lens of these superficial and sometimes psychotic narratives.
What movies that
And
have
that's why
someone
we have to
done?
question our romantic view of love. Not to destroy
know
love,
that movie.
but to save love. We have to save ourselves from this popular romantic idea of true love. Because whether we like it or not, the idea of true love is delusional.
Wow.
It inflates our ego and a sense of self-righteousness.
I feel really
But that
bad for
doesn't mean
him.
love is
Yeah.
overrated. What is overrated
Who hurt
is our
you?
ability and capacity to love.
इसीलिए ज्यादातर रिलेशनशिप में लॉन्डो का ओवर कमिट अंडर डिलीवर रहता है तो बातें करनी तो आ गई है निभाना आता ही नहीं है
So instead of turning to these romantic films,
Renvir.
it would be better if
That's
we
true
look at
love.
the ancient Greek vision of love,
go to
which is
Greece.
invested in mutual admiration for what is virtuous and accomplished in another person. It involves a quest of educating
Is
one
that Ted
another
Mosby?
to become better versions
How I
of
Met Your Mother.
themselves. Because love can't just be about what you feel. It is ultimately a skill that needs time and patience to nurture. And if you think you're not getting any better at it, then don't worry. No one else is either.
Oh,
I love the music.
Corbin loves this guy because this guy's a pessimist.
wow.
Wow.
I love the uplifting stuff at the end where he's like, love is a lie.
Love is alive and no one knows how to do it. Wow.
Lots to unpack there, and I love it. Hey, man, I love people with strong opinions.
There,
It gives you something to talk about.
It does.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
It's oftentimes like strong BO. It needs to be altered.
Yeah, that's those are some
Wow.
Those are some takes by a very hurt man.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a lot of heart hurt
No,
that he seems to be
I
processing
feel like
out
somebody
here.
hurt him, and he is like, love is gone and dead.
He's a little anti-love because of his own pain.
I agree. Yeah. I like the take, though. I like the take.
It's
It's a take.
It's a take.
Poor guy.
Love isn't real.
Also, it is. You kept saying it like it is a movie.
Yep.
It is a movie. It is for entertainment purposes. It is not a documentary of life.
No. And it ultimately, shock to the system, everybody, the primary point of learning about relationships and love really ought to come from the parents until the kid's old enough to understand and ask these questions and
Not
start
the
to
movies?
adventure. And yeah, not the movies. I
Take
will say,
that, adopted children.
I will
You
say,
don't have parents.
you're so evil. I will say, we've talked about this before, and Andrani and I have talked about this. There is something that is misguiding, misleading, and problematic throughout the history, especially in the 90s, but it's still there today, where the consummation of a relationship isn't even viewed with a kiss because people's feelings are going to get hurt.
Well,
it's done through song.
Yeah.
And you just sing a song, which
is great.
doesn't give you an adequate depiction in any way, shape, or form of what really happens in life.
Wait, you don't solve all conflict with Andrani through song?
No, or have
That's a lie,
all,
Rick.
or
That's
have
so
all
strange.
You're lying.
consummation of all romantic feelings just by singing a song and embracing. Other things do transpire and should.
Lies.
You sure?
But wow,
Stop.
true love does exist. And you can fall in love with somebody. And I'm sorry that hasn't happened for you, bro.
Wav. True wav.
Marriage.
Now,
It's
And
what
yeah,
brings us
I-
together today.
Also, yes, most love relationships culminate in some level of monogamous commitment, whether it be in the form of a marriage or just the living together and being an exclusive partner together. Because there's something beautiful about the sacredness and the specialness of that not being
Choosing
shared
each
with
other?
anybody else. Yeah.
And that's it? Yeah.
So I don't think that's a trope.
I will say I don't like if you're talking about the one, like there's one person on this earth for everybody. I don't agree with that. I think
there could be more than one.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it. I found Stephanie. She's the love of my life forever. But if I grew up in a different city, I'd probably find somebody else.
Yeah. One of the best things that
There's probably a lot of ones for people.
Yeah.
when Andrea and I were going through pre-marriage class, you may know this story.
I wasn't there, though.
No, you
Probably not a
weren't.
very good story. They got
But that was one of the that was one of the questions on the pre-married form was, do you believe the person you're going to be marrying is the only person for you? And my romantic heart said yes. And she said no. And I went, oh, how dare you?
Foreshadowing.
But she very much, she said very honestly, what if you die?
Love Andrea. Such a realist.
Yeah. It's true. What if you die? But yeah.
It's like, we're not going to over-emotionalize
But
this.
I have
always bonded over that.
I have had stupid babies message me who have said, I'm in love with this, especially guys. I'm in love with this girl. She doesn't want to be with me. What do I do? And the answer to that is, you got to let go and move on.
That's not what they said in the 40s.
Yeah.
Aw, Grandma, you little victim. Wow. Do you ever hear like grandma's stories? And they were like,
100%.
oh, he followed me home every day I kept saying no. And then 2 years later, after he grabbed me and kissed me, I said yes.
And isn't it,
Grandma, you little victim?
Isn't it different for some people? There's some people who like to be pursued, and there's other people who like to be the pursuer.
No, I've not heard about that.
Yes. You haven't heard about that one?
No, not heard about that
Super
one.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, Bollywood, I agree. It's ruined everything. I agree.
Then why do you look at boots so much, Corbin?
That person's comment.
The money.
Wait, the person's comment says, exactly. This has caused average Indian mentality ruined.
Yep. Destroying Indian culture.
I will say
Apparently just Indian.
The lack of true intimacy portrayed in cinema is a huge disservice to people.
Not just in India, though.
No,
Just
any
across
country.
the board, yeah.
It's a huge disservice to not portray real life in film.
But also,
It's fine to have entertaining things, but you should also have real life portrayed.
Alcoholics refer to love at first sight.
That was great.
So good.
Only alcoholics do that.
Whoa.
That was love at first sight. Alky! Send that person to AA. Clear sign.
It sounds. I think Karan Johar produced this video.
Clearly not.
No, remember him personally says he'll never find love.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Him personally, but the films he makes are all contributing to the things this guy hates.
Exactly. This guy was just deeply hurt. Okay.
Very clearly.
This poor guy was just deeply hurt.
At first, you're like, he's never been in love, and then we're like, oh no, he has been hurt.
Either was deeply hurt or has reached a point where
he's seen too much hurt.
Nobody is interested in me. I'm never going to have a relationship, so therefore true love doesn't exist because the whole world is my prism.
Big facts, homie.
Yeah. What I perceive is all reality.
I mean, maybe if he's saying like love is a skill,
that's
if
true.
He's saying like it's something that you need to work at.
That's
true.
Absolutely
correct.
Heck yeah.
And you should.
And not all love has.
If you're not, that your relationship is probably not going to work.
And not all love is supposed to be based on feeling. It's called agape, where you choose to love in spite of not feeling the love feeling.
Yeah, the talk about infatuation, like, yeah, that can be a piece of it, but if that's all you got, that
ain't gonna last.
That's not gonna carry you through.
Correct.
At all.
Brutal honesty. Brutal honesty.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Anyway, that was at the very least that was entertaining.
It was. It
fun to talk
that
about.
was very entertaining.
Let us know why you think love is dead down below. And anything else we need to know down below. Sorry.
I love you.
No. I hope you die.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never